Hello everyone, welcome to Toonhounds, your fortnightly foray into all things animated. I'm Rich Masters, and with me as always is the Spotty to my Ted, the
blotch to your...
Blotch to my Spotty, the skeleton to my Bulk,
Texas
yeah,
Pete.
Spiffsy. It's Spiffsy. Hello, Spiffsy.
I'm alright.
How are
you?
I'm recovering from my parents visiting for a week.
Oh shit. That's worse than anything else that could have possibly happened to you.
I mean, I think I had a panic attack during the week. Like, I had to go out and do some gardening to just get some peace and quiet.
Went out with your pair of scissors and started cutting the grass.
Well, I thought about getting some secateurs and cutting my own throat. It was so bad. I just feel like my parents have nothing to talk about. They don't do small talk very well.
Yeah.
Because they've retired, their sphere of influence is so small and their sphere of sort of like experience is so small that they tell me things and they tell me a story and I'm staring at them like, is that it? Is that the story you're telling me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, was that the punchline?
Yeah, well, like the only people they've got to talk to is Jeremy Vine on Channel 5 and The Loose Women. And then they've got nothing else in between those two things.
My mum literally told us... They do. My mum literally told a story about how her sister bought a plant pot from TK Maxx. And I was like, this isn't a story. It's just a sentence.
That's not... that's crap. That's nothing. Did you tell them
so
about the time you
painful.
bought a plant pot from TK Maxx?
No, I did not say a lot. And Rachel said to me, you're very, very quiet. And I said, I am keeping within my own thoughts so that I don't explode at them.
I think it's a good thing to do.
My dad is about as Cockney as you can get. He was born in Fulham.
Yeah.
And he loves... So he is very much a bit of a Del Boy character, which is very strange considering how I turned out. But my dad kept calling Rachel like pet names.
Oh,
and Rachel is an employment law specialist.
Yes.
So she is like, she is about as hot on that as you can get. He called her Miss a few times, and she was like, "My name's Rachel. My name's Rachel."
I really don't like that. Petty.
No. But like, he resorted to calling her mate, and she was like, I'm all right with mate, because it's a bit of a gender neutral one.
Yeah.
But just call her Rachel.
Yeah,
just call her Rachel. It's a name.
It's a name.
It's
right
like it was so painful.
Yeah, that's like something you do when you don't know what somebody's name is, and it's gotten too awkward to ask them at that point. So maybe he doesn't know what her name is. And it's been years.
I don't know about you, but like, they're all so passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Boomers, like, just
get
on with it.
Yeah.
Like, talk your problems through rather than having to sulk all the time.
Yeah.
They came round and they come round with gifts. They bought Rachel an orange tree, a really nice orange tree, because she'd mentioned in a call that hers had died recently.
Yeah.
So that was really nice.
That's a nice
They bought
one, yeah.
Evan 2 Lego Marvel mechs. They bought him
nice.
Thanos and War Machine. Thanos was out of print, so they actually tried to do some stuff.
That's good. I've got the War Machine. It's pretty good.
It's really good. It's got the single fold legs, so but they're still pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
They bought me some terrible reprint posters off of some site that my dad thinks I'm going to frame, and I was like.
Are they crap? Are they not posters of stuff you don't even care about? It's like a cold poster.
But it's like the first cover to the first appearance of Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. So, I can see why he thought that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't print off covers of comics and stick them on the wall. Like, I get things that are like, oh, this is a good interpretation of the character or something like that. Like more some Matt Ferguson stuff or
more
Tom
title
Whalen
card sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Comic cover.
And I had to pretend I really loved it. And I know it's the thought that counts, but it's kind of like, just don't. You don't have to get me anything. I'm 42 years old. I'm okay.
My dad's terrible at gifts. Not really god awful. Like he buys me stuff where I don't even know why he thought I would like that. Like he bought me a T-shirt once, which was just like a naked woman riding a skull, and it was like one of the motorcycle ones. And it was really horrendous.
Spivsy, you've become the back of a van.
It was really bad. He bought me once a poster of the cover to Nightmare Before Christmas, but it was a like lenticular 3D one.
Oh God, I hate those.
It was really awful. And he bought me a big poster of like it was when Marvel was doing the 60th anniversary, I think, or the 75th, one of those. And they did like loads of like the first issues of loads of different things in like a tiled display. But he bought me it on like a wooden board, so it was just like a giant piece of wood with the picture on. And it was.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. It's been in my cupboard for like 10 years. Like, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it because I can't put it up because it's so heavy. It would like, I've got
tear
nothing
the wall
to
down.
put. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to get a stud finder just to support the weight. You should just make a really expensive bonfire.
Yeah, could do. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love my parents. I'm very appreciative for all they did in my life. Don't get me wrong. It's not I don't see it as they're completely negative. But don't spend a lot of money on lots of little crap. You might as well just get stuff for Evan. I'm perfectly fine. Like, if you genuinely can't think of a gift for me, don't get me anything. And I know that sounds ungrateful, but I just don't want to contribute to the amount of toot there is in the world.
Just get me a gift card.
Yeah. Or, like...
Get me a
just
Tesco Club card.
Buy another mech for Evan. He'd really appreciate that. Yeah. Like, you could have bought me a mech. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just tough. It's really... And, like, at the end of it, they were going to... I forgot we were recording for a little bit, so we will get back to the main crux of the episode in a bit. But on the day they were going home at lunchtime, and I'd run out of things to... Even polite conversation. Like, on the Saturday they were down, not only was my mum and dad here, but Rachel's mum and dad arrived. Oh, no. And I had...
Do they hate each other? That would be funny.
No, they get on really well.
They're rivals.
They get on really well.
Oh, that's even worse.
So they didn't notice me slip out and spend about 3 hours in the kitchen cooking. So I picked something really that really needed a lot of prep. Yeah. So I was out there the whole time. No one interrupted me. No one came to check on me. It was like I just managed to disappear.
That's great.
That's and like, then I had a lot
like old fashioned times where somebody would slip into the parlour to
to
do opium.
But it was just too much. Like, it's so much. And then my friend, literally as my parents left, about an hour after, two of our old friends from London are in Devon, so they came to visit us with their two little girls, and it was just like chalk and cheese as a visit. Like, it was like I was able to talk about things that I'm interested in and stuff like that, and have a conversation. Yeah. Anyway, today on Toonhounds, we're not having existential crisis. We are talking British superhero cartoons, essentially.
Yes. Yeah, because there aren't many of them.
There aren't many. Probably for good reason.
I feel like the just the whole concept of outside London, England and Britain just doesn't lend itself well to superheroes.
No.
We don't really have skyscrapers or tall buildings for anyone to fly off. All of our criminals are like... Fraudsters, yeah, like white-collar criminals or the Cray twins.
Yeah. Or like Michelle Mone.
Yeah. Or just
doing a PPE scandal.
Just straight up serial killers.
V is the only person who got that joke, that reference about Michelle Mone. So we have picked the 1983 classic. Bananaman. Spivsy recommended that we watch the entire first season, and then I found out they only watched half of it.
I didn't know it was the 12-episode season.
And then we also picked the 1982 favourite, Superted.
It's all right.
Yeah, that one was all right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Bananaman.
Let's talk about Bananaman. It started off as a comic. It was
it did. Dandy, wasn't it? And Beano.
It was in the Nutty to begin with.
Was it? Same creators though, isn't it?
Yeah, DC Thompson. It was the same people. Because back in the 1980s, I suppose before that as well, I think it started in the 70s, there were so many British comic like funnies going around. There weren't a lot of like one character comics. 2000 AD kind of had that sewed up. We had like Judge Dredd. But other than 2000 AD, it would be like, it would have a name like The Beezer, and there would be about 20 different characters who would show up intermittently in the issues over the years. And then over time, every single one of them just died.
Yeah.
But there were so many of them. Like, you were spoiled for choice. And Nutty was one of them. Yeah. And I think Bananaman was basically the desperate Dan of the Nutty. He was like their flagship character, the one that people actually knew about. Because I don't think they had anything else going on for them.
I love that you said Desperate Dan like everyone knew what you were talking about.
I know, yeah.
Dennis the Menace of the Nutty.
Yeah.
He was their flagship character.
Yeah, he was the one that everybody knew. He was on they'd mentioned that there was a Bananaman in the comic on the front issue of it. Like, I'm just looking at the other characters that were in Nutty, and none of them are
don't recognise any of them.
No, not a single one of them.
Yeah, these issues, it's worth saying, these issues were like, these comics that you could get on a fortnightly basis were like omnibuses, right? They were like annuals, although they came out once every 2 weeks, and they had like 20 stories in, essentially. 22 or 3 page stories that were like a very, very quick setup and punchline.
Yeah, and usually all the characters their names would have something to do with the one premise of the comic.
Like Spotty.
Like Spotty, and like Ball Boy liked football. There was
Ball Boy. He was a giant testicle.
He was a giant ball. He used to flop around everywhere. There was a guy called Joe Kerr in the Beano, and his just thing was that it would be a joke. It would just tell like a pun, and that was his thing.
You had Plug.
It used to be people would write in puns to send in, and they'd write them as like Joe Kerr was saying them, and it would say in the corner like, "Thank you to Jimmy Smith from Eckrington."
Yeah. The Bash Street Kids was probably the one that most people remembered. Mainly because the kids were horrible stereotypes, and you had you had like an effeminate one that they bullied for being effeminate, and then you had the ugly one and the fat one and the spotty one.
Fatty. But again, they all just had names that were just what they were. Like Spotty, the spotty one was named Spotty.
Yeah, is he the one that just had his top of his head hanging out of his roll neck jumper? Yeah,
that was it.
He had Minnie the Minx. Roger the Dodger was always my favourite.
Yeah, I like Roger the Dodger.
He had a crow, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Which is odd because Bananaman has a crow that's not explained at all.
No, it's not. No,
what was it about the 80s and crows in British stuff? Because you had Kiora, didn't you? You had the orange drink that was too orangey for crows. Yeah. Made no sense.
We just really made no sense back then.
But yeah, Bananaman was the comic strip, like you said, and then in the 80s it got so popular that they decided to make a cartoon of it.
Yeah,
with the Goodies. Why were the Goodies?
I know the Goodies.
The comedy trio, the Goodies.
Your parents and grandparents' favourite comedy trio.
Yeah, I mean Bill Oddie is funny.
Yeah, I think Bill Oddie is like funny for a certain subclass of British citizen. He seems a bit like old country funny. You know
I mean he's
he's a bit Lake District funny.
Yeah, like Time Team. People who watch Time Team, or like Gardener's World would find him funny.
Yeah, Alan Titchmarsh would find him funny.
Yeah. It's weird that they changed his name in Bananaman. They changed it from Eric Wimp in the comic to Eric Twinge.
Yeah,
I suppose because, I don't know, maybe they were trying to get away.
Wimp doesn't seem that bad of a thing to call somebody.
Also, it's his surname. It's not like an insult.
No, but there must have been some reason. Maybe like, I'm just thinking like when they recorded the lines, did they try Eric Wimp and it just sounded weird?
Yeah.
Did it sound wrong? Like, did it sound like they were just describing him while actually saying the character's name? Like, were they saying Eric Wimp?
Yeah, maybe. He's an ugly character.
He is, yeah.
This kid.
Yeah.
He's really ugly.
He's incredibly DC Thompson. Like the way that they do the noses, which were like connect directly into the mouth, and the very close circular eyes. It's a very like if you saw that, I think a lot of people in England, if they saw this character, they would think, that's from the Beano or the Dandy.
Absolutely. That's one thing they really did well with this cartoon. They captured that feel.
Yeah.
All the characters look like they are British comic characters.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so this kid, Eric Twinge, lives in 29 Acacia Road, which, as we discussed off show, is in St John's Wood. I know where that is.
You've been.
I have been
on the pilgrimage. The Bananaman pilgrimage.
And he seemingly lives on his own.
Yeah, he seems to, yeah.
Even though he's at school.
He has a babysitter in a couple of episodes, but other than that, he does seem to live on his own. I was reading something about, I can't remember where I read it, but he had a sister at one point when they were writing the comic.
Right.
And they took the sister out because they didn't know how they would be able to explain to children that he had a sister and no parents.
Mm.
And they thought it would just be easier to just have nobody there.
I mean, there is an easy way to do it. A one line that they're working, or they're, you could have it in you could do it in a Mo Latinum way, where the joke is that he's never there. They're never there.
Yeah,
there are
ways to
dance
do it.
classes. But he seemingly lives on his own. He has a direct line to the chief of police.
I think that's so funny that the chief of police is just like, he knows that Eric is in some way connected to Bananaman, but doesn't know how. And he's just like, he calls him up to ask him for help. Which really funny.
There was a really funny episode, that one of the better ones, called The Banana Kid, which is episode 10, so you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that one.
And Bananaman decides, because all the crime syndicate are getting together, that he should have his own sidekick. Yeah. And he puts out this big thing about, like, come to these auditions, but it's at 29 Acacia Road, so it's really obvious that Eric is Bananaman, and only one kid turns up who thinks it's the swimming baths. And he's absolutely useless. I think he's supposed to be like the Milky Bar kid.
Right, yeah. Oh man, the Milky Bar kid.
He's strong and tough, only the best is good enough.
The Milky Bars are on me.
This is going to be full of a lot of British references.
Yeah,
so if you don't get it, we're not explaining them.
No, refuse to. I mean, I barely understand a lot of them. This is like, I think a lot of the very, very British references in Bananaman, I only understand from watching old TV shows or old comics.
Yeah. Which is how we understand by osmosis so many American references. Because like American TV is pervasive, right?
Yeah. Like there was a joke in one episode about the man from the electricity board coming around to read the meter.
Yeah. No one knows what that's about.
No.
Nate did mention that he'd watched the whole season and he really liked it and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I
do wonder, did he understand all of the references to stuff? Because I feel like they aren't like, there's no way anybody's going to understand what's going on. But they are very centred on British culture.
But, like, if Eric went to the toffee shop, for example, I think everyone would be like, fucking Brits. Like, Eric's on his way to the haberdashers.
Eric's going to go and eat some beans on toast.
Yeah, absolutely. That could happen in this. But, yeah, so he's got a direct line to the police chief, because the police chief can't do his job.
Yeah.
I am assuming because he's Irish is the joke.
Well,
right?
I think he's meant to be a parody of Chief O'Hare from the 60s Batman. But that sort of like, because they were both Irish as well. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is anti-Irish comedy. It always struck me as that. Yeah. Especially in Batman.
Oh, it definitely was in Batman.
Because it was like they were just stupid idiots. But you're right, he has the same red hair as Chief O'Hare.
Yeah.
Chief O' Red Hair.
Chief O' Red Hair. I do think it was a reference to that, because there's a lot of that's a lot of classic American superhero tropes in this. Like Bananaman is Shazam by way of Danger Mouse.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I fucking love Danger Mouse.
Yeah, me.
Danger Mouse is everything that Bananaman isn't, I think.
Yeah.
And it stopped it being successful. Including having like David Jason do the voices, who's an incredible voice actor.
Yeah.
I do like that he has a boy crush on Fiona, the newsreader.
Yeah, they added that in for the TV series, apparently.
Yeah, it's really good. But he only has it when he's transformed.
I do not understand the logistics between Eric and Bananaman. Like, where does Eric end and Bananaman begin? Because in that first episode, where they're having the fight with Dr. Gloom, he's a GP, which is
GP.
That's a really funny joke.
Yeah.
He gets turned into a baby, and he turns into like a banana baby.
Yeah.
But when he's an adult, when he transforms, is he turning into an adult and then turning into a baby? So if he'd like transform back into Eric, would Eric then be like a fetus? How does that work?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, and then the difference between the two.
Yeah, because they do a joke about him turning into like a teenage Bananaman.
Yeah,
but
I think Bananaman is a separate entity.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a Shazam situation. Yeah. I think he's like...
Isn't that what happens in Miracle Man? I don't remember.
I don't know. But I think I think he is a different... Because Eric is portrayed as seemingly like, not an idiot. I'm not going to say clever because I don't know if he's clever. But Bananaman is a fool. He has the strength of 20 men and the brains of 20 muscles.
Yes. Yeah, the muscles are 20 men and the brains are 20 muscles.
Yeah, that's it.
That's funny. Yeah.
Because he is an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I was reading a thing that said in the comics he would occasionally go to school like as Bananaman. Like he would be just in a classroom despite being an adult man.
That's absolute insanity.
Yeah.
Absolute insanity.
I wish they'd done that with Shazam. That would have been really funny. Like in the movie, he had to actually go to school as Shazam because he can't turn back, but he's got to get his education.
There are parts of that Shazam movie that are really good.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate. Yeah, but also it's unfortunate that Zachary Levi is the lead.
Oh no, yeah, I was so disappointed by all of that.
Yeah,
that was really disappointing because I love Tangled as well, and I like Chuck.
Yeah. He's just got the brainworms.
Yeah, shame.
But yeah, on back onto Bananaman. So they don't really do the origin story because the origin in the comic is the same as the Superman origin.
Yeah,
he lived on the moon, which is weird, and he was rocketed to Earth as a baby and gained his powers because the crescent moon resembles a banana.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
He does have a weakness to mouldy bananas.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know
That's his kryptonite, isn't it? And he's got a fortress of solitude of his own, which is in the shape of a giant banana.
Yeah.
There's a lot of everything is bananas in it. Like we get shots of the start of every episode. Well, I think there's one or two where you don't see him doing it in his bedroom, where he's turning into Bananaman, and you can see the room that he's in, and he's got bananas everywhere in his room. Like his bed is shaped like a banana. He's got a framed photo of a banana on his wall behind him. He's got a banana phone, which he doesn't use to talk to the chief, which I think is really funny. He's just got a banana-shaped phone in the background.
Yeah, it's. Did you know that Chief O'Reilly used to wear a Native American headdress in the comic?
Yeah, because he's a chief. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's kind of this sort of like racism with the benefit of hindsight now, like wasn't intended to be racist. Was just intended to be a pun on the name Chief.
Yeah,
like it was a double entendre. Yeah, well, one of my favourite recurring jokes is the typical Bananaman busts through the wall of the police station.
Yeah.
And that guy, that's long-suffering builder that's outside plastering the wall.
Yeah, there was one where they were talking about the last time that Bananaman came to visit, and there was just like a Bananaman-shaped hole in the wall. Like, perfect outline of him.
So I watched all the episodes of the first season.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't.
I thought I did, but I didn't.
You gave up because it was too much.
To my whatever.
In your defence.
In my defence, the video that I watched on YouTube said full first season of Bananaman series 1, and it wasn't.
Oh,
I
see. Yeah, there's a Bananaman season 1, the first 6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the 4K AI remaster.
Oh dear.
Which is very odd to look at.
Yeah. It is. It looks really creepy. It's all like it's too gloopy. I don't know. It's like I said to Nate when we said that we were going to watch these. I said to Nate that it's kind of skirting the line on being a bit gross. Like it's not. There's no gross out humor in it, but the way that the characters move and stuff just feels a bit disgusting.
Yeah.
it's
yeah, I get
odd.
that.
Yeah, it's like it's just the arm movements are too. I don't know, like it's elastic.
It almost feels like the British version of Rubber Hose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's not rubber. It's like
I don't know,
taffy.
Yeah.
Taffy hose.
Ugh, that's really disgusting. That sounds really gross.
It does, doesn't it? The first episode we watched was the Doctor Gloom episode.
Yeah, which was all right. I think it was an okay introduction to what was going to go on. Like they just like dove straight in. Like we get introduced to characters as if they've been around forever. Like it didn't feel like an episode 1. It felt like an episode 10.
I'm sure. Like I'm just gonna, as a quick aside, I'm sure that when I looked at this before we watched the show, the Bananaman Wikipedia article was much longer. Like it had the characters and everything. It doesn't seem to have any of that now.
Well, we can have a look at the history. Did anybody remove anything?
I don't know. Maybe I was just imagining things.
Maybe. I can't see anywhere that anybody's done anything in recent days.
No, but like his main enemy is General Blight, who is like an army version of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, he looks so much like what's General Scar from Billy and Mandy.
Also a bit of Dick Dastardly. In there with the big nose.
Yeah.
But like he's basically the military man who wants. I don't know what he wants. I don't think he knows what he wants.
I don't know. Take over Acacia Road.
But he also invites aliens to destroy the world.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
The Nurks.
Yeah, but is he doing that because he wants to destroy the world or because he wants to destroy Bananaman?
Maybe, but I mean, he's not really thought this through, is what I'd say.
I like the voice acting for General Blight. I think it was very... I like how he rolled his R's.
The voice acting is generally good in both of these.
Yeah. There's some of the characters have got really annoying voices, though. Like, I think...
Eric.
What's the guy's name? I don't know why.
The Weather Wizard?
Yeah.
Weatherman?
Yes. Yeah, that
Weather Wizard is a Flash villain, yeah.
The Weatherman, yeah. Anything that Tim Brooke Taylor voiced was a bit annoying.
Yeah, he wasn't very good. Some of the villains, like we never got to one of the dessert fiend Captain Cream.
No.
We never got to the reverse Bananaman, Appleman.
No, I would like to see an Appleman. I remember Appleman in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Dr. Gloom and General Blight in the first episode. The second one had Eddie the Gent and the something gang, Heavy Gang.
Yeah, Heavy Gang.
Then it was the Weatherman. Then I don't remember what happened. What was Kidnap Caper? What was that one?
That's the one where the TV was playing the image of the girl. He got in the rocket.
I thought that was General Blight. That was the alien planet.
Oh man,
I don't remember the Kidnap Caper. I was playing Spider-Man when I was watching it, so I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it, but also watching K-pop Demon Hunters again. Wait a minute, let's see if I can. I'm gonna do it on quiet and see what the episode is.
I honestly do not remember the Kidnap Caper at all.
Look. Shut up. So the first one is the Dr. Gloom when he turns him into a baby.
Yeah.
And does he actually feeds him a banana?
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through the kidnap one. Oh, it was when General Blight was tying people to train tracks.
That one was fucking awful.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
That's why I couldn't remember.
The first one was actually quite funny because when Dr. Gloom turns him into a baby, he can't shut him up. Yeah. So the crow, who is Bananaman's sidekick for some reason, I have no idea. There's no explanation. Suggests maybe you should feed him a banana of baby.
That will shut him up.
Maybe, and he feeds him a banana and he becomes Bananaman again.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Gloom tries to use the reverse aging ray on him again.
Yeah.
And he pulls a mirror off the wall and turns Dr. Gloom into a baby and then leaves him at the General's doorstep.
Yeah. There's a very 60s Batman quip when he does it, where he takes a mirror off the wall and says, "On reflection, I think not."
Yeah. And the second episode was, the big breakout, like you say, where the heavy gang break out.
Yeah, and Eddie the Gent. I liked Eddie the Gent.
Yeah, I liked when Eddie the Gent received a cake and it's full of tools.
Yeah, and it's not even a real cake, it's just a box.
And the prison guard just kicks him up the arse.
Yeah.
But
Eddie the heavy gang reminded me of those Spider-Man villains with
Fancy Dan, Montoya, and the Ox.
Yeah. They reminded me of them.
They're good. I like those. The funniest bit in the breakout episode was when they escape at 10, pass it along. Escape at 10, pass it along. And then the end one does it to nothing and then realises. But they get the mole to break them out of prison. And then Bananaman has to go through the tunnels.
Then we get... we learn that Bananaman has got a thermal finger that he can use to cut through things.
What was that about?
That has got to be a joke about Superman getting a new power every issue in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
It has to be. Because he's got thermal underwear as well.
I love that he held them up. He marches them back to prison with a banana.
Yeah, and he's going to shoot them as well.
Yeah.
This thing's loaded. Maybe I like Banana because he's basically like banana-themed Crash Space Danger.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I was watching it. Like, we could write a better Bananaman than this. The Weather Wizard episode was awful.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I couldn't understand half of what Weatherman was saying.
Weatherman. But also, there's this bit where it's called Ice Station Zero. Mm-hmm. Bananaman blows up Ice Station Zero, and for some reason, the Zeppelin that the Weatherman is travelling in falls out the sky.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It was powered by Ice Station Zero.
I love that Bananaman, in an effort to get into the Zeppelin, knocks on the door and pretends to be a milkman.
Yes, yeah, that was funny. Yeah. This is insane. I actually saw somebody have a delivery of milk outside their house the other day.
What?
Yeah,
have you gone back in the time machine?
I thought I had, in the little crate as well. Just 6 glass bottles of milk.
Yeah.
That's what living near farms is. People actually get milk deliveries. That's insane. Just go to the shop.
That is weird. Yeah. That is very strange. So then we had episode 4, which was the alien planet.
Nerks.
That was with the Nerks.
That I thought it was so funny that the Nerks spoke in that alien voice, we're going to kill you, Bananaman, and then you meet their mother, and she's just like a normal person.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was good. The Nerks looked really fun.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They were a very Beano design as well.
Yeah. And the King Nerk, who was... All the Nerk soldiers were men. Yeah. And the mum was the one who was really in control. Yeah. But nothing happened in that episode.
No. I did think it was funny that Eric turns into Bananaman because he hears a cry for help. A cry of despair. And it's just a TV show that's playing inside of a small tower.
But the television is saying, despair, cry of despair. The way he escapes the Nerks is basically throwing a banana peel down, and they all slip on it, and as they're going past, he punches them out of the ship. And then there's the cannon ex machina at the end that he puts coins in order to get fired back to Earth.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. And then he turns up late for school. This is a common thing that happens at the end of Bananaman. He arrives to some event that he's late for, and then says to the camera, "They wouldn't believe me if I told them."
And then winks.
Yeah.
There's one where they're all like applauding something Bananaman's done, and then the camera pans across and Eric's in the crowd applauding, and all the crowd goes, "But where's Bananaman?"
It was the kidnap caper was the boring one, like the train that's out of control heading to someone that's on the tracks. But the funniest bit in that was the driver who was tied up in the driver's cab, desperately reaching for the brake. But then you have the first builder wall situation. That was good.
Yeah.
But like, and then the whole thing is Bananaman always forgets that he's super strong.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then he whips out some Deus Ex Machina device or superpower that he can use to save the day.
Because the crow has to remind him that he doesn't need the combination to the lock holding the person on the tracks because he's super strong.
Yeah, he's got the strength of 20 men, 20 big men.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. And then the next one was
House on Hangman's Hill with the
that's the one that's the last one you stopped.
Yeah,
with a heavy gang
with Eddie the Gent.
They reused a lot of animation in this one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I liked that they put them in different costumes.
Yeah,
because they could have very easily just kept the designs from when they're in prison, which I think would have still worked because it's like they've that occasionally where people dressed up in like prison uniforms in cartoons.
Yeah. But it was a typical haunted house caper. You had the like people behind the paintings, someone in a knight's uniform.
I thought the introduction to the episode where the chief is explaining what's going on, and he says it's been empty for 300 years, but now suddenly ghosts have appeared. Which I thought was funny that they didn't go to a house which was like classically known as being haunted. They just went to a regular house and made people think it was now haunted.
Yeah.
Which is so much funnier than it just being a haunted house.
So I'm going to explain the concepts for the next episodes to you, okay?
Right, okay.
Since I watched them. The next one was Destination Danger. It was where they reused all the animation from the Nerks episode. So the Nerks come to destroy Earth in revenge for the thing that happened in the last episode with
Yeah.
And the general, I can't remember his name. General Blight tells them that the only thing they've got to worry about is the Earth Defense Satellite, which is the size of it's like the size of a can, basically. Right, so they take that into the ship and then try and invade Earth. You get like an intro to Billy. Why am I calling him Billy? Oh, because of Billy Batson.
Yeah, Billy Batson. Yeah.
What's his name? Eric's neighbours, who are complaining about the noise of Eric turning into Bananaman. But even the woman's teeth that are in a glass by the bed are complaining about the noise.
That's funny. That's a funny joke.
Yeah. And then he goes into the Nerk ship, and they just reused the whole animation from the last one.
That's weird.
He basically, the mum of the Nerks comes around and complains that she can't open this can of beans, and it's the satellite. So Bananaman just takes it and puts it back in space, and the Nerks are chased away.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Who wrote this shit?
I don't know. Then you've got Wall of Death.
That sounds good. Is it about him being a daredevil in any way?
No. It's raining cats and dogs, and all the rain is causing like a flood. They make a joke about poodles. The rain is poodling everywhere, and there's poodles on the floor. So the water is getting so high that it's engulfing skyscrapers, and
everyone would be dead.
Yeah, exactly. And so. Essentially, the builder who has been stopping the Bananaman getting through tells him about this big barrier, and there's a plug at the bottom of it, and if he releases the plug, the water will just wash away.
I quite like that as a concept. It's very Sam and Max.
Yeah. But essentially, it's the weatherman that's causing the flood.
Of course,
and he fires a torpedo because his Zeppelin is underwater. Yeah. I don't know how. He fires a torpedo. Bananaman picks up a bit of pipe, bends it in half so that it flies back at the Zeppelin, and then he unplugs it, and the Zeppelin gets sucked down into the sewers. That's essentially it.
I quite like that. I think that's quite a funny concept for an episode. It just sounds very like... It sounds like The Tick.
Yeah. Then you got the Jaws...
This show is quite like The Tick.
Yeah,
in a lot of British its sensibilities.
Appleman is in the next one, but he's only a cameo.
Oh.
So basically, General Blight brings all the villains together and says, I've got a new assassin who's going to get him. And it's a Bananaman, and it's Auntie. And Auntie is basically just an old woman. But there's a funny bit where Eric loses his banana, and he has to dive into his dad's car, and then he eats the banana, and Bananaman busts out the car, and he's wearing it like a suit.
That's good. I like that.
But then Auntie picks him up with a magnet and puts him at the car crushing facility, and then he has to work his way out. And then she drops a piano on his head, but he can play the piano, so he's fine. And then what happens? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. I'll do one more.
But to say that these episodes are like 6 minutes long,
yeah,
you would think more would happen in them.
They don't. Then you've got my favourite.
It's shocked that how many how much dead air there is in these episodes.
Yeah. It's just nothing happens. They're one note, to say the least. Then you've got my favourite, which is the Banana Kid, when he gets his sidekick, when he reveals his address, and some weird kid in a swimming costume turns up, and it's a Victorian swimming costume.
That's even better.
And he basically gives him a job interview, and the kid's like, I can't do any of this stuff. And then Bananaman is called to the local swimming baths by a racial stereotype.
Oh dear.
Yeah. He's Indian, but he's got a Birmingham accent.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And the Banana Kid basically figures out that if he's got to fly, he's got to use balloons. So he ties some balloons to him and swims. But basically, there's a shark in the swimming pool, and they have to get rid of it.
How did I get that? That's something I thought I really enjoyed in the episodes that I watched, when it would do a transition of Bananaman flying somewhere.
Yeah, and he was always flying in a weird way.
Yeah, he walks or he swims. I liked that. Or he goes feet just first.
Yeah, but at the end of the episode with the Banana Kid, everyone's so impressed by his support that they make him a film star. And Bananaman's like, I wonder if one day I'll be on the big screen, and then looks at the camera. There are a couple more, but they're all of a quality.
Yeah.
One time in one of the episodes, the builder is doing the wall, and Bananaman says, I just flew in through the open window. It's like, well, why haven't you done it the whole time? But the Auntie comes back, tries to assassinate him again, and then she gets pickpocketed. So Bananaman thinks that she's a sweet innocent old lady, and tries to protect her. There's one at a fun fair.
Yeah. Yeah, there are more episodes than I think people would assume there would be for a show called Bananaman. Like just the name Bananaman brings to mind like a 13-episode series that got cancelled immediately. Like lasted from November to December and was never aired again.
Yeah,
but this lasted
3 seasons,
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, same time as Superted. It was a slog. There were some funny jokes in it. Bananaman is not intended to be binge-watched. Let's just say that.
No.
By the end of it, I was pulling my eyes out.
Yeah, this was like a block of cartoons, and they'd show a Bananaman episode. It was one of those sorts of things.
Yeah, they'd show it before like the real cartoons you wanted to watch played.
Yeah,
you know, like they played Bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bar was the educational sort of like history-orientated cartoon before they showed Inspector Gadget and Mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very of its time. It's very of its culture.
I think it could work nowadays.
Yeah, you'd have to have Bananaman be a bit risque, the humour be risque, I think, in order for it to work. It would have. It is the British tick.
Yeah,
but it's not as good.
Is like a surprising staple of British comedy.
Yeah,
it is one of those things where I think people know of Bananaman, but might not necessarily have ever engaged with any of the media.
Yeah, I agree. I think
there's been talks of movies for years that always fizzled out and never went anywhere. There was a musical at one point, and I think there's still talks now of bringing it back as an animated series.
I think it would work.
I think it would. Yeah.
Perhaps
I don't know if it would work for kids. I don't know. But I mean, it's in the comics. It's still in the Beano. It's been in the Beano since like 2012, which surprised me.
I think we should send in a treatment.
We should, yeah. Yeah. Let's write a Bananaman show.
Live
action.
Live action. I think we should probably take a break after this, but you need to put in the Bananaman entry, the opening. What would you give it out of 10?
Probably a 6.
I'd give it a 5.
I think it's funny enough, but there's too much missing.
The episodes don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
they need to be 10 minutes. They need to have sort of like a 3-act structure.
Yeah.
Every episode is sort of the same.
Yeah.
But it is. I remember vividly watching this as a kid and laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a funny show.
Yeah, the stupidest stuff happens in it. Like, Bananaman is floating outside a flying Zeppelin and he knocks on the door pretending to be the milkman and the guy lets him in. It just is so stupid. Fighting a shark in a swimming pool. It's ridiculous, but it is funny.
It is fun.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll probably take a break and we'll come back and talk about one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. With just really weird choices.
Yeah. So listen to this and then come back.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Toonhounds. Part 2 is our TED Talk on Superted. Superted aired about a year earlier than Bananaman.
Predates it.
It was more expensive to make, let's just say that. It's of a much better quality. But it's batshit insane. When I watched that opening again, I was like, what? I paused it on the iPad and I passed it to Rachel and she was like, I don't see anything wrong with this. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's insane.
Sense to me. No, it's not that insane. Superted was in a teddy bear factory. They realised that he was defective in some way and threw him in the rubbish. Yeah,
they make a big thing about that. In the rubbish.
In the rubbish. And then Spotty Man from Planet Spot came down in his Spotty spaceship.
A spotty penis-shaped rocket.
Yes. His diseased penis-shaped rocket. And gave him life. And then they took him to Mother Nature, who gave him superpowers.
In a magic cloud.
In a magic cloud. What's to get? What's to understand? He was... A stillborn child was stolen by a gay alien and taken to a drag queen who gave him magic powers.
A Galian.
A Galian.
It's Spotty's magic dust.
Yeah.
The magic cloud, Mother Nature. He peels off his skin to become Superted.
He does, yeah. This is the campest show we've ever watched on Toonhounds.
Oh my god, it was. I sent you a message last night, and it basically said, "Hold on. why is everyone so gay in this cartoon? They're all stereotypical gays from the 80s. It's like upstairs, downstairs. Bulk and Skeleton are a couple. Spotty and Ted are a couple. And then you said Texas Pete and Scully are in some sort of hate fuck relationship.
They are. But this isn't like us just saying stuff. Like, Mike Young, the co-creator, has said on record that it is a really camp show.
Yeah.
He said in 2014, he did an interview with Radio Times where he said, in Superted, we had a gunslinging cowboy, a flamboyantly gay skeleton, and a fat guy who made jokes made about his weight, and all of these things you wouldn't be able to do today. And that's true. Like, he's a flamboyantly gay skeleton, and I think he was written about like that from the start.
Well, he talks in a very, like, this is how straight men think gay people sound.
Yeah. He was the guy from oh God, I don't know what his name is, but he was in that one that was like our version of MASH, where it was the World War II sitcom where they're in.
Oh,
Delhi.
It Ain't Half
Hot Mom. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy from that.
Melvin Hayes.
Yeah.
It's worth saying that this was a Welsh show. Yeah. Originally, it was Welsh language. Yeah. But even Spotty, because Spotty is John Pertwee, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Who is
World of Gummidge fame.
Yes.
And Doctor Who. I suppose Doctor Who would be the more famous.
Yes, World of Gummidge. But like Superted himself is very effeminate. He's like a Rupert Bear type. He's always very soft spoken. Yeah. Oh, Spotty, there's a cave down here. And Spotty is very effeminately gay as well.
Yes.
We're not even just saying, we're not exaggerating. You need to watch this to understand what we're saying. Bulk is gay. Skeleton is gay. I always used to thought he was called Scully.
No, it's just Skeleton. No, you called him Scully and I just went with it. Yeah.
I always thought he was Scully or Skelly. But it's called Skeleton.
Called Scully. Wait, but there's...
Dana Scully.
Dana Scully, yeah. There is a Scully is a children's game played on the streets of New York City. That's something.
Okay.
There's a Scully in Snowfall.
Superted, Spotty, Skeleton, and Bulk are like very effeminate in a way that would identify them as gay in a program in the 1980s.
Yes, yeah.
The only one that seems like he is straight is the man dressed as a cowboy.
Yeah, Texas Pete, who's an evil cowboy. How many people did they interview to voice Texas Pete?
One.
One person. Because he can't do an American accent.
No.
It's like you doing an American accent.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy who voiced Bulk is the dad of Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Really? What, the original movie?
Roy Mitchell Kinnear. Yeah. In the
I recognise this guy. Yeah. He's in that Beatles movie.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Which one?
Help.
Oh, right. Yeah. So again, I watched more episodes this one.
I didn't. I watched one. You really put the work in for this one.
I really did, and I wished I didn't. Why don't I put in the effort when we've got some good stuff to watch?
Yeah. It's probably because the episodes are like 7 minutes long.
Yeah. In the pilot episode, which is called Superted and the Incan Treasure, Superted and Spotty chase Texas Pete, Bulk, and Skeleton to a Incan temple where they are stealing gold, and they basically are trapped inside, but they get out with the help of a giant ape and send Texas Pete to prison.
Nice.
That's it.
That sounds really interesting and a really good introduction to the series as a whole.
For some reason, there's no mention of anything Origin, which is very common at the time.
Yeah, because it was all syndicated.
Yeah,
everything had to be like its own like self-contained universe per episode. Like there was no such thing as continuity. It wasn't considered in any way.
the basic premise of every one of these episodes, apart from one, which we'll talk about in a minute, because I watched the second one as well, which was Superted and the Pearl Fishers, which was the most racist depiction of a black person I've ever seen in my life. But basically, the premise to this one was Superted and Spotty fly to the South Pacific to chase Texas Pete, Bulk and Skeleton from stealing pearls.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same episode. At one point, I did laugh because Skeleton was wearing like a breathing suit on the bottom of the ocean, and I was like, he doesn't have lungs.
He doesn't need that. Well,
and if all
Texas Pete and his little crew were doing was stealing pearls from the bottom of the ocean, what's that got to do with Superted?
Yeah, I know.
Who gives a shit? That's not stealing pearls from the bottom of the ocean. That is collecting pearls from the bottom of the ocean. Those pearls don't belong to the ocean.
Yeah.
Was he going to use the pearls to, like, subjugate a race?
I don't know. But it's weird. Like, the first 5 episodes, the plots of them are Superted and Spotty chase the gang and prevent them from stealing gold from the Incans.
Yeah.
The Incas. They chase, the second episode, they chase the gang to the South Pacific to stop them stealing pearls.
Yeah.
The fourth episode, Superted and Spotty chase the gang from stealing the eggs to whales to stop them stealing the eggs of a rare bird.
Yeah. They just
Superted and Spotty chase the gang.
They don't belong to anyone.
To East Africa so that they can't steal bones from an elephant graveyard.
Like, it's no wonder that by the time we got to the one episode that I watched, Texas Pete is trying to straight up murder Spotty.
Yeah.
Because I'd be sick of him as well.
I mean, but no one owns those elephant bones.
No.
Do you know what would have been a great end of that episode? If they'd have used the bones to make Skeleton a giant.
Yeah.
Like he was like a mech.
Yeah,
like he had like tusks and stuff, but with the same very effeminate voice.
Yeah.
Superted and Spotty chase the gang to the Alps to stop them stealing a train carrying a cargo of chocolate. It's all the same episode.
They are, yeah.
Wait a minute. Right, Superted and Nuts in Space. Superted and Spotty must thwart Texas Pete's plan to take over a freighter carrying a special consignment of nuts for the planet Polly.
What?
I have no idea.
These are what? These are just like, they're all the same episode, but
yeah,
none of the threats that Texas Pete is committing, none of his crimes seem that criminal. Like, just reading the synopses, it does feel like Superted is harassing these poor men.
Yeah,
they're just trying to get food. Like, they're just hungry.
He's committing a hate crime, basically.
Yeah.
These 3 gay men that are on holiday, and Superted has to go and beat them up.
Yeah.
There's one where Bulk is able to take Superted's suit, and he becomes Superted.
That's funny.
Is
it like he's wearing a onesie?
Oh, this one's dark. After rescuing a beached blue whale in Wales, Superted and Spotty Man, they thought that whales came from Wales.
Oh, shit.
Aid the whale in saving its family from a whaling boat piloted by Texas Pete. That's dark. Right, so do you want to talk about Superted and the Great Horrendo?
Yeah, the one episode that I watched, which I found by typing in Superted episodes and just picking the first one that came up.
It was genuinely funny.
Yeah.
But for all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons. Superted and Spotty are on holiday. They're basically in Blackpool. They're at the pier.
Yeah.
They go to see a magic show being hosted by the Great Horrendo. I really thought that they were going to do a thing like where they didn't know that it was Texas Pete because it was in disguise, but
yeah, it would have been funnier.
That would have been funnier, but they do immediately recognise that it's Texas Pete. Spotty doesn't seem to care that much that this criminal that they've been chasing through the last
around the world
for the last 31 episodes is doing a magic show in Whitby.
Yeah,
but their like plan, their super evil plan is to put on a magic show, which is already like tricking the kids. Like it doesn't need to be. They don't need to be doing actual magic. It's already working. They are getting. People are paying to enter, so they're already making money.
Yeah, they didn't need to make this a crime. They've got a captive audience. They could make it a show, make money.
They're stealing like the kids' watches, which I can't imagine would sell for that. Like these kids aren't going to be coming in with Rolexes. They'd be wearing like,
they're stealing my G-Shock watch.
Yeah, my Casio. And Superted and Spotty Man go in to watch the show to see if they're up to any bad juju, and Spotty volunteers to be part of the show, to be disappeared, because they bring a kid up onto the stage and they stick him in a box and say like, "You're about to get vanished, kid," and they pull a thing and he disappears, but it's Bulk under the trap door.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember what the setup to most of it.
They hypnotise Spotty.
And they put him in a box to do like the old cutting him
Sawing
in half. And Superted watches and thinks that Spotty has been murdered on stage by Texas Pete. And Superted sees red and he turns into Superted. He's like, "I'll fucking kill you! You killed him!" And he's like, proper like punching Texas Pete in the face. There's blood everywhere. Kids are crying, and they have a little like. It is like there is a complete divide between Superted's reactions to his thinking that Spotty has been killed, and Texas Pete still being like a children's cartoon supervillain.
Yeah,
where he's still like making quips, but Superted isn't like responding to the quips. It's really weird.
He becomes a sadist.
It's like he's really pissed off.
Yeah.
They have a fight.
They have a fight, and he frees the child and then realises that Spotty's just tucked his legs up in the box.
Spotty, man. I thought you were dead.
But the funniest part of the episode is, for no reason, Skeleton is in full drag.
He is, yeah.
He's got, like, he's the magician's assistant. He's got fake tits and lipstick on. He's a skeleton.
It is great, though. Nobody responds to like Skeleton being a skeleton.
No one responds to it being a skeleton. It's just there. Yeah. But also, no one told him to get into drag.
It is funny though. I'm glad they did it.
It's very funny. It's very it's not all played for laughs either. No. They're just gay.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. No, it's not progressive in the slightest.
No, it's not. I think it's good that it's not played for laughs, that they just exist, but it's not furthering the cause in any way.
No, it's not.
It's not about gay rights. No. It's slightly weird that this anthropomorphic bear and alien are, like I said, harassing these three gay men. It's a
funny show. It's a funny show.
I've got to run through some of the other episode listed. Superted's dream. After being catty with Spotty for making him get out of bed to retrieve him from outside the space station, Superted has a horrible nightmare which shows him what life might be like if he didn't have Spotty with him. So essentially, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. But yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is what life would be like if you weren't there.
Yeah, that's true. It's the reverse.
This is like what life would be like if one random person didn't exist.
On his way to planet Earth to see Superted, Spotty's rocket breaks down and he crash lands in North America, where he befriends a red Indian is the term they use. There are Texas Pete, Bulk and Skeleton, who plan to shoot buffalo in order to have some buffalo steaks for dinner.
While investigating a strange light, a girl is captured by Texas Pete, who is smuggling weapons into North Wales via a submarine.
They've had 3 stories in Wales. We should have watched Bulk's story. Bulk tells the story of how he first met Texas Pete in jail and how they escaped and entered the tomb of Skeleton.
So, Skeleton was alive at one point, and presumably had a name, but now they refer to him as Skeleton.
That's just...
Now, is that Skeleton
it's like me referring to you as human.
Human, yeah. But is that Skeleton losing his memories, or are the other characters being skeleton racist every time they talk to him?
I think so.
I think it is, yeah. Superted is a hate crime.
Spotty reluctantly agrees to take driving lessons from Superted. However, Skeleton and Bulk steal it to drive it to the bank where Texas Pete is, robbing it. That's a terrible sentence.
That's a really bad sentence.
Unknown to the three villains...
How does Superted know how to drive?
I don't know. Unknown to the three villains, the car is running out of brake fluid, causing the brakes to fail. Oh, man. While Superted and Spotty relax in an island in the South Pacific, Texas Pete and his cronies steal Superted's spotted teddy bear and use it as part of a voodoo act to incapacitate Superted.
I don't remember this show being like this.
No. In a large eastern city in the United States, non-committal, Texas Pete has the blues about being unable to beat Superted, so Bulk and Skeleton decide to cheer him up by stealing a rattlesnake from the city zoo, attracting the attention of Superted and Spotty once more.
Why are they always there? Superted and Spotty are following them. They also made, we found out today, I found out today, The Further Adventures of Superted, the American Hanna-Barbera alternate version.
One series was made of 13 episodes. Let's see if these are any better. Billy's father. Who the fuck is Billy?
Billy, let's have a look. Supporting characters. Well, there's a Major Billy Bob. Is that him? The owner of the Grand Ole Opry, who makes a singing star out of Superted by signing a contract at the end of the episode Phantom of the Grand Ole Opry, the only episode he appears in. So no, it's not him. Billy, a boy who needed Superted's help when his father, Dr. Livings, had been kidnapped by the Polka Dot tribe after the discovery of cave paintings in a cave in a primitive Brazilian rainforest. His only appearance was in the episode Dot's Entertainment. So he's just in that one episode, but the episode list writes it like he's a main character.
Yeah.
Like we're meant to know who he is.
The Mystic Eye Mystery. While Superted and Spotty enjoy a tropical holiday, Texas Pete and his minions salvage sunken treasure that a whale swallows, another whale, then capture a child named Kiki and her pet whale, who calls on the short waves for Superted's help. Meanwhile, after Tex and the crew go scuba diving, Superted, who saw the collar that Tex put on the whale, what collar? And Spotty,
big collar,
who saw Kiki's lost charm bracelet on the boat, enlist the help of a couple of dolphins to go under the sea to save Kiki, stop Texas Pete stealing treasure, and set the whales free. A lot fucking happens in that episode.
Yeah, that does feel a lot more Hanna-Barbera, because that is a 3-act structure. You've got the introduction, you've got the rise in tension, and you've got the climax and resolution.
I've got a good one. Texas Pete steals the entire state of Texas and blasts it into space, the largest rancho in the galaxy, and it's up to Superted and Spotty to get the Lone Star State back where it belongs.
Do you think there's a hole where Texas was?
Baby.
That's really funny, though. I like
There's
that.
new villains.
Yeah.
A villain called Dr. Frost. A clown villain called Bubbles steals Texas Pete's Public Enemy #1 title and becomes a companion to Bulk and Skeleton.
Oh no, they've got more people. There's a clown with them.
And Texas Pete has to team up with Superted and Spotty to get his rank back. Spotty's spots have been stolen.
I had the book of that. I had a picture book of Spotty's spots being stolen. Wow. I remember that now. That's crazy.
Yeah. This show was insane. Insane. I wouldn't say it has the redeeming qualities of Bananaman.
No, I wouldn't either. I think I remember watching this as a very young child. So I think a lot of the stuff that was happening, it would have just passed me by and it would just be noise. Because Superted is another one like Bananaman where it's very ingrained in British society. Like it's one of those things that a lot of people will remember in some way or have some knowledge of, but haven't necessarily interacted with any of the media.
No.
Superted is just sort of like...
There.
It's kind of like in the same vein as Wallace and Gromit, of it being a British thing that people know about.
But I think at least Wallace and Gromit has some redeeming qualities, right?
Yeah.
This is batshit insane, this show. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not really well explained. Why are there aliens? Why did he take the bear to Mother Nature? Why did Mother Nature give him superpowers?
Yeah.
Why is a cowboy rocking around with a skeleton? It's weird. The animation is quite good.
Yeah, the animation.
I will say that.
Yeah, it's still very cheap. It's limited animation. They reuse things.
Can you, at the end of the episode, please put the Superted end theme?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
I would really love that because it's so awful. But I think it's a 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any higher than a 4. I don't think. Like, there's a nostalgia factor to it because it's just I remember Superted, but I don't remember Superted with any like reverence or anything.
No,
it's just I watched it. It would be on like after like Astro Farms on BBC or before Rupert the Bear.
Yeah, Rupert the Bear. It's I was excited to watch Bananaman again. I thought it was going to be funny. It was. I wasn't excited to watch Superted again, and I am not surprised by my reaction to Superted. It was largely forgettable, borderline racist in areas, unnecessary or effeminization of a skeleton.
Yes, yeah.
But I don't get the choices. That's what I mean. If like you had have shown skeleton being a gay pharaoh or something like that, I would have understood it a little bit better. But it doesn't make sense to me.
No, yeah.
It's a weird choice. It's a very weird choice.
Yeah.
And they're mean to him.
They are, yeah.
He was always my favourite character in the show as a kid as well. Probably my inner secret goth coming out.
Maybe,
I do love a skeleton. I love a skeleton.
I like a skeleton in a thing. I think remember the 3 skeletons who lived in a dark, dark house in a dark, dark street in the dark, dark cave or whatever it was.
Evan has that book. Funny Bones, yeah.
Funny Bones. I remember that one. Is it the same person who did that one about the witch?
Yes.
Mog.
Is it Meg Mog and Owl?
Is it Meg and Mog?
Meg Mog and Owl.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Meg, Mog and Owl. Is it Meg Mog and Owl? There is Meg Mog and Owl.
Yeah. I'm sure that had a cartoon as well. We could do watch Funny Bones and Meg and Mog.
Meg and Mog is the one. Although there is an owl, so maybe they just made... Oh, Meg and Mog looks so good. I love that's very nostalgic seeing those pictures.
Yeah.
They're in a spaceship in one of them.
Really?
Weird.
Wow.
I wonder if like the next generation will see like Donald Schaefer books, like Stickman and stuff like that, and have that same sort of sense of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's fine. It was Bananaman was better than Superted. Superted was. I'm glad that I watched it again to actually like get the idea of what Superted is back in my head, because I think a lot of it had been like tarnished by 20 years of never watching it, and it kind of becoming a new thing inside my brain. So it's quite nice to know what it actually is. But we'll watch it again.
I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't be very interested in watching it again.
No.
It was very odd.
Very odd.
Yeah. Oh, just odd. I did.
Yeah, it was alright. It was a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 is better than a 3 out of 10, but it's not as good as a 5.
Exactly. That's really what we're all about on Toonhounds, just ranking these abominations.
I have an idea of an episode that we can do for next time.
Okay. Have we got anything on the list?
We haven't. No, our list is currently empty at the moment. So I'm gonna live give you this one. Mm-hmm. On the Toonhounds Doghouse Discord, Nate suggested watching Rock and Roll.
Right.
So I was thinking we should pair Rock and Roll with heavy metal.
Oh, the original heavy metal.
Yes, yeah, the one from the 80s.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that next.
Yeah,
if I could watch the whole of heavy metal.
Metal. We could have metal as a theme.
I mean, the amount of tits and graphic violence in heavy metal.
Yeah.
I like always baffles me how many voices were in heavy metal. You know, even Harold Ramis is in, Eugene Levy. Yeah.
So do you want to do them? Then?
Yeah, I'm happy to do them. Yeah. Sorry, I went very high there. Yeah. Of course. What's rock and roll on? Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh no.
Let's have a look.
We can probably sort this out later.
Yeah.
We don't need to bother people with this. Our admin will find it.
We'll find it, yeah.
I've never seen rock and roll.
I haven't either.
1983.
I have seen heavy metal.
A malevolent rock star kidnaps a singer to force her to participate in the summoning of a demon, and her band must help her stop him. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I have thoughts on heavy metal as a concept, as a cartoon.
Oh, I like the animation style in rock and roll.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Dreamstone, that sort of thing. Like very big mouthed.
Yeah. There are bits of heavy metal I remember liking.
Well, that's what we're going to do next time.
We'll talk about that. We need some new ideas.
We need to make another list, don't we?
Yeah, that's probably what we should do after this. But anyway,
get a list of like 5 or so, and work it out.
Spivsy tells me we have no emails this episode.
I don't think we do. I'll have another look. I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't think a lot of people would be emailing in about
Bananaman and
Superted.
No, but what did we do last week?
K-pop Demon Hunters and Nimona,
right.
But
excuse, people. We should have emails about K-pop Demon Hunters and Nimona and our thoughts on that. No excuses.
But did the episode come out yesterday? Because that would be an issue.
That would probably... yeah, that would probably explain it. Anyway, if you want to suggest ideas to us for themes, then you need to be a patron to do that. So you need to head over to patreon.com/store. No, you don't. Toonhounds. I'll do that again. Patreon.com/Toonhounds. And support the show there, and you get access to Discord. The Discord is the place that we take ideas for new themes. Oh, okay.
We do have an email. It was hidden underneath a thing from Spotify for Creators, and one telling us that Patreon can pay directly into the bank now. So I nearly missed it. But it's an email from Thomas Martin, and it is entitled Hounds in Space.
We're going to be talking about Treasure Planet and Titan AE.
Greetings, Toonhounds.
Hello, Thomas.
I can't say I've seen much of the fighting game adaptations besides the original Mortal Kombat movie, but now I really want to see the Legends movies. I don't know if I've seen the original Mortal Kombat movie. I think I might have seen it by osmosis, but I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched the entire thing.
But you know what? I genuinely think it's probably the best video game adaptation that is on a film.
Yeah.
It is very faithful to the source material, but it hybridizes it with Enter the Dragon. That is only a good thing.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's silly, of course it's silly, but it's got some really good performances in it. Like, Christopher Lambert is good as Raiden, which I never thought I would say. The three main characters are good. The guy who plays Kano is good. I would say the main problem with the film is the lack of any story behind Sub-Zero and Scorpion. But I wonder if they had really considered... because that's the problem with the more recent one that they're doing the sequel to. There was too much emphasis on Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and everything else seemed slightly secondary.
Yeah. It's a hard balance to hit when you're doing an ensemble cast movie immediately.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things would have like 3 or 4 movies build up before they'd have to do that.
Yeah. Which is kind of what I hear they want to do with the second sequel.
Yeah.
And they want to do spin-offs. They want to treat this as almost like a soft reboot. Because apparently the film encountered a hell of a lot of trouble because it was filming during COVID.
Yeah, it was.
So some of the things needed to be sort of like filmed at different times and had different writers working on it. So, like, you know, I would be all for a extended Mortal Kombat universe and do the Lin Kuei stuff separate to the tournament stuff, do the Adenia stuff with Melina and Katana. That would be great.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. I vaguely remember a bit of the Defenders of the Realm show back in the day, but never heard anything great about it.
No, it's shit.
Yeah. Its cast is pretty amazing, though. He spelled cast with a K.
Oh, excellent.
Really good. Cree Summer, Ron Perlman, Luke Perry, Clancy Brown as Raiden. Interesting. No Frank Welker as Shao Kahn like he was in the first movie, though, doing the Dr. Claw voice. My favourites for those games tend to be Raiden and Sub-Zero. Sometimes also Kung Lao and Katana for those close-up down punch moves where you flip people over with your legs, or Cabal for those hooks. Liu Kang never really did it for me. I was surprised to learn he was the hero for these games, as I rarely hear people play as him for the games. That surprised me as well.
Yeah, it's I feel like that is a way to tie in the Enter the Dragon-ness of the story. Liu Kang, like later on in the games, becomes like the god. He fuses with Raiden and becomes the like god of fire and resets the whole timeline, and it's absolute jumbled mess.
It's very convoluted. I've got Mortal Kombat 1 downloading at the moment, so I'm going to play it later.
Well, the whole thing is like £16 for all the content at the moment.
It's on PlayStation Plus at the moment.
Yeah,
it's on their game catalogue, so I've got it on there.
Did you know that Defenders of the Realm was a sequel to the first movie?
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense, I suppose. It was because it was a tie-in, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For Street Fighter, I usually would be Blanca or Dalsim and do the straight punch or shocker move to the chagrin of whoever was playing against me.
Yeah,
I have some fond...
They are annoying moves to do.
Yeah. I have some fond memories of Street Fighter on the Game Boy. The first one I had that got stolen days before I learned about Pokemon. And playing the arcade version at the same hotel, said Game Boy got stolen from a year later. There's a lot of history going on with this hotel.
Yeah.
You got your Game Boy stolen from there, and then you went back and played Street Fighter. One time, my family and I were in Canada, and I was sick one morning, maybe from food poisoning or too much maple candy, and my mum had to go to a wake. So as I felt better, I got to play Street Fighter on this arcade thing they had. Not sure if it cost any loonies or not, and I hope I didn't give anyone else a stomach bug, as I did not wipe off the joysticks afterwards. That's criminal. That's really gross. I don't think I would have been able to play Street Fighter with food poisoning.
No.
That's like pushing through your limits.
Yeah. I mean, well done.
Yeah, well done. I've only ever had food poisoning once, and I felt bad the entire time.
Have I told you about the time I thought I was going to die in Cambodia?
Yeah, and you projectile vomited. Yeah.
Yeah, on Angkor Wat.
Yeah.
On one of the modern wonders of the world. And I was in bed for 3 days, and Rachel was Googling how to get a body home from Cambodia.
Yeah, you have told me about this.
Good.
For other fighting games, Killer Instinct, I'd be the wolf or the Skeleton pirate.
Yeah.
Maybe Glacius, if I could get the ice moves right.
They were the 3 best.
Yeah. Do you remember the game War Gods? It was for the N64 and maybe arcade. It seemed like a practice run for Midway for Mortal Kombat 4, and thus wasn't that great. I don't remember War Gods. I'm going to Google it, but I'm assuming that she's going to come up with the band, isn't it? War Gods video game.
Oh, yeah, I do remember this. Did they play this for Continue? Or did they play... No, they played that 2D fighting game. Yeah, you could play as Anubis, and yeah, I do remember this. I never played it, but I do remember seeing it and thinking, is this good? And then deciding no as a child.
No, I don't remember this one. I have no memory of this place.
I'm sure it's completely mythologically, historically accurate and respectful of people's cultures.
There's a clown in it. So.
Kabuki Joe, you mean?
Yeah. Kabuki Joe. Jeez. Besides those, I have vague memories of Clay Fighter, but not the characters. I remember Clay Fighter. Clay Fighter 63 and a half, whatever it was called.
It was good. It was like I wouldn't want it now, but I remember it being good.
Tekken and Soul Calibur, I played a bit, but can't remember the characters. If Smash Bros counts, definitely Captain Falcon or Samus, but I usually try to play almost all of them at least once.
Yeah, it's hard with Smash Brothers. I don't really like. Normally, I play as Link, but I do like to mix it around and play even the shittest characters that I don't really play well with.
Like in Melee, they had that thing where you got a special trophy depending on which gameplay style you went through. Like if you did classic adventure or the 100-man Melee, you would get a trophy of your characters. You had to play as all of them to collect all the trophies. But I don't know if they kept that in for the others. Because I know that Brawl didn't have the trophies, but I don't know what they do with Ultimate. No. Is it like, is there any incentive to play as all the characters now?
No, probably not.
I've got no idea.
I think you do have to play with all of them through the story mode where you get people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I feel like there's a thing where you can just have all of them to start off anyway. Yeah. Speaking of which, as I play the new Mario Kart game, I kind of realise the issue that faces many of these series. There are now way too many characters.
Yeah.
There was something magical about the limitations the originals had. You had to really practice as a few of them to get good, and the same goes for Smash Bros and Mortal Kombat, especially with all the DLC you get for other IP like it's a Funko Pop fighting game. Marvel vs. Capcom will always be more fun than Marvel Combat vs. DC.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I think 2D fighters are best. Like, if I could play so Evan and I were playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 this morning, as we tend to, and I whooped him 10-0. But I think 2D fighters are just more fun. Like, I think if I could pick up any fighting game now, it'd probably be Turtles Tournament Fighter. Yeah. I really liked that when I was young.
I really, really don't like fighting games where there's like 3D movement, where if you press up, the character will like do a little back step. In Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Or in Virtua Fighter.
I do like it if it's used minimally, like in Tekken or Soul Calibur. But like when you can move in 8 directions, I'm just like, this is too confusing to do moves.
Yeah. Now onto the space and some dinosaur stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember enjoying Titan AE and Treasure Planet fine. Those, along with Atlantis, I watched about 10 years after they came out, after a roommate highly recommended them, and your reviews bring back some memories of what I really didn't care for about these, including the celebrity casting.
Yeah.
Don Bluth did have Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise for All Dogs Go to Heaven, but it's not really like they were in their primes anymore. Wasn't Dom DeLuise dead?
He did play the young one, didn't he? The one with the hat.
No, I mean in Titan AE.
Oh, yeah, I mean probably.
I think he was dead, so he wouldn't have been in his prime to be in in Titan AE. He was in the ground.
I think what Thomas was saying there was that Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds weren't in their prime when they did.
No, it says it's not like they were really in their primes anymore. But because it's talking about the casting, the celebrity casting.
Oh, okay.
It's really too bad Don Bluth stopped with theatrical releases after this. He did a music video for one of my favourite Scissor Sisters songs, and a short film, then not much else. Apparently he's working on a remake of the 1983 Laserdisc game, that was the thing, called Dragon's Lair, at a spry 87 years old, which makes me believe he's got one more movie left in him. Pixar really should throw a curveball here.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Yeah, I'm quite glad that out of everything he's worked on, he's going back to Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair,
like one of his first things. I think that's quite nice.
Well, I would like to see a series of Dragon's Lair. I think it could be really good.
Yeah.
But I think the studio would make them do it AI now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Really disappointing. That was an impossible game though, Dragon's Lair on the arcade.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you couldn't do it unless you memorised everything. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. It was just a way to steal quarters off children.
Yeah, because you wanted to desperately see the next bit of animation, the next bit of story. Just
as long as it's not a remake of Land Before Time. The first one's so damn perfect, and all the direct-to-video sequels are not. I guess the second one's fun, but such a different tone from the first, which had no singing and was meant to be far darker. Even now when I watch it, I'm a bit horrified at the silhouette of the Sharptooth mauling Littlefoot's mom. Then I get sad when she dies. Really more sad the older I get, realising my mom is getting older and less able to fend off dinosaurs.
Like in her prime, she would have been a dinosaur hunter.
Like Turok. I had all of the VHS tapes of the sequels to Land Before Time. Up to 10, I think, because I got too old for them. But I used to get excited to go to Woolworths and buy the new one.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
I don't mind them. They're very childish.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of earworm music in them. Like if you have to listen to one song from it, listen to the song Eggs, because that's a really good one. It's about two, I don't know what kind of dinosaur they are, but the ones that steal eggs and would eat eggs. And it's just them singing about eggs. It's pretty good.
I mean, it sounds good.
I'm making it sound great. But yeah, the songs aren't bad. They're very just like a song that you would get on one episode of a kids show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. On top of that, there's a story behind Ducky's voice actress, who is also the lead in All Dogs Go to Heaven, that makes me really wish I wasn't such a nerd about film trivia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sad one.
That whole thing. Overall, the movie has some good messages on grief, stuff The Lion King totally ripped off on The Circle of Life, and arguably did a worse job with. Sorry,
my feelings about Lion King.
Yeah, we've got an whole episode on that one. Oh yes, space. Opposite of dinosaurs. Treasure Planet was also fine, but I think a big issue with this movie is that Disney already perfected Treasure Island 10 years ago with Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah. There's no need for another one.
Disney has a potential gold mine with doing classics and hopefully non-copyrighted literature with the Muppets, or put the characters in space, if you really put your heart into it. You could have Mobius Dick, or Sense and Sensibility in Sea Monsters. Oh wait, those have been done before. Little Space House on the Prairie, Space Tom Sawyer. Honestly, I could see that one working perfectly. He's got to paint the side of a space station. You fooled me, Tom Sawyer. As for internal server errors, I mean British superheroes, I'll have to check those out. Who's the British Frank Welker? Are they loyal to the comic versions? I guess I'll find out. Toondles.
Who is the British
Frank Welker? I don't think we have enough shows.
No.
Who's in everything?
From a voice perspective.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone.
Prolific voice actor.
I feel like all of our voice actors are just people on TV.
No, voice actor. Top 15 British voice actors of all time. Okay.
Who we got?
Sir David Attenborough. No, that's not what I meant.
He's not a voice actor. He's just got a voice.
Matt Berry.
Matt Berry. Yeah.
It's Matt Berry, isn't it? Of course it is. It's Matt Berry or Ralph Ineson.
Yes.
The guy who is the voice of Galactus and the voice of Sid from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. It's in Matt
Pete
Berry's
Serafinowicz? Yeah, you sent me the trailer. Yeah. It's so funny.
It looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any others. No, probably not.
Do you know, thinking about it, I have got no idea what cartoons are on CBBC these days.
No.
Do we still have, like, British studio-made cartoons that isn't Peppa Pig?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
I've got no idea.
Yeah.
What's British animation? What's the business like these days? We should probably know this. We're a cartoon podcast.
Yeah, but we're like the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's all about nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
British animation 2025. Let's have a look, see what it is. I mean, nothing really is good coming up.
I'm just having a look at the programming currently on CBBC. There's a lot of current live action programming. Jeez, animation. The Adventures of Mansoor, Age of AI, Boy Girl Dog Cat Mouse Cheese, Danger Mouse.
I know there's a Danger Mouse remake.
Yeah, Danger Mouse. I'm looking at the ones that are like present, so they're still being made.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Beyblade cartoon, something called The Deep. That looks bad. Dragon Ball Super, Fright Crew, something. That's American though. The Gremlins TV series. It doesn't seem like there's any that are like British made. Oswaldo. That's from Cartoon Network, so that's not a British one either.
Fright Crew is from Eli Roth.
What was?
Fright Crew.
Wow.
It's a DreamWorks thing, but it's from Eli Roth.
Oh, Evil Ben Stiller.
Evil Ben Stiller.
Have you seen like a picture of Eli Roth? He looks like...
Oh, right.
He really looks like if Ben Stiller fell into like a poison fountain or something and came out as like his nega version.
So, yeah, there's stuff, but not a lot of British stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any of them are British made. There's Shaun the Sheep, and that's about it.
Sad.
Yeah.
That is sad. Never mind.
Never
Can't
mind.
do anything about that.
It's just a lot of live action. A lot of live action shows on CBBC now.
Yeah, it's not as good as cartoons, is it?
No, it's not. Real people are never as good as cartoons. We've been through this before.
thankfully, there's lots and lots of good stuff from the past that we could all watch. And stuff that's been produced for Netflix as well.
Yeah.
So, did you finish that email?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Thank you, Thomas. Saved our email bacon. Right, so I've talked about Patreon. If you want to send us an email, you need to head over and send us one to toonhounds@gmail.com. I went Toonhounds.
Spoonhounds.
Toonhounds@gmail.com. We read every email, so we like to hear your reactions on the last episode. If you've got any K-pop Demon Hunter or Nimona episodes on our very good episode, then you need to send it over. But yeah, that's it from us, I guess. So next time we're doing heavy metal and rock and roll.
Rock and roll, yeah.
In our metal episode. Our most metal episodes yet.
And look out for us writing the next season of Bananaman. The new animated series of Bananaman. After we finish the treatment and send it to, I don't know, who would you send it to? Bill Oddie?
Bill Oddie. See if he's still interested.
Yeah. I'm sure he would be.
Alright, gang. As always, be kind to yourselves and each other. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for more cartoon goodness. Bye!
Bye!